first class which we used for the whole topic was Abu Bakr's Caliphate. Not all, we did two topics in it. One was election of Hazrat Abu Bakr as a caliph, and not two, three topics actually. Abu Bakr's election as a caliph, then expedition he sent to Syria. That was the topic which we have done after that. And then we moved on to the topic that was false prophet as Abu Bakr's actions against them. If we talk about these three topics, there are three possible 10-mark questions. One is election and expedition. Second is all false prophets and Hazrat Abu Bakr's action against them. And the third question is Musaylama and battle fought against him, which is known as Battle of Yamama. This is what we have discussed, and they are the three questions we keep in mind related to yesterday's discussion. Today we are going to talk about two other big problems which Hazrat Abu Bakr faced in his caliphate. We talked about it briefly that he faced the issue of apostasy movement, or we can say murtad ho jana, leaving the religion, or we say the action against them is called Rida wars. Rida wars is the wars which was fought against the people who left Islam. The reason for the apostasy movement and the refusal to pay zakat is same. So first we will talk about it. Okay, why do you think suddenly people started leaving the Islam? What do you think could be the reasons behind people leaving the Islam suddenly?
They found the obligation of Islam like zakat and burden.
Okay, they thought it's a burden on them. Okay, anything else? Well, they were giving zakat during the time of Holy Prophet. Why did they suddenly stop paying zakat? And why they were started thinking about it? One main reason is many of the tribes, they joined Islam thinking that this is the alliance with Holy Prophet, not with the whole Muslim community. They thought accepting of the Islam is dealing with the Holy Prophet. Prophet is no more, so we can make a new deal. Like Arabs used to do that. वो peace agreement करते थे tribe के साथ, tribal leader की death हो गई, new policies will be there. So the tribes thought that this is with Holy Prophet. Prophet की death है, and that agreement is over. Now we will decide should we continue being a Muslim or not being a Muslim. So they started thinking about it. So that's the point which you are Islam. So that's the point which you will be mentioning there. Another reason, some of them accepted Islam to avoid jizya tax. That's another reason. So they were having fear if we will be declared as non-Muslim, we have to pay jizya tax. To avoid jizya tax, they joined Islam. And many other tribes, the Islam did not enter their heart completely. They just looked at the apparent charm of the religion at that time. Plus tribal differences, other issues are there. This paragraph will give you an answer of some 4-mark questions and some 10-mark questions. What were the reasons the people apostatized? Why did they refuse to pay zakat? You will find around 6 reasons in this paragraph here. So the Bedouin tribes being jealous of the Prophet Muhammad's tribe, Quraysh, they were thinking, why Quraysh are getting benefit continuously? Why not our tribe? So number of things were there. Plus, they refused to pay zakat for the same reason. They left Islam for the same reason. They refused to pay. And plus, the role of false prophet is also there. False prophet started giving them greeds, and they tried to attract them toward their beliefs. So these people started thinking of leaving Islam. So the causes for the refusal to pay zakat and the cause for the apostasy movement is almost same. And that's why you will see in some books, like here, if you see Dr. Iftikhar's book, other books, you will see the challenges faced by Abu Bakr and how did he deal with them. Here in this, I will suggest, agar aapke paas Hammad bin Nishad ki book hai, that is better. They have explained it in a better way, but they also have combined things. आपको ऐसा लगेगा आप false prophets refusal to pay zakat पढ़ रहे, and you can see the discussion about apostasy movement in it. There is a connection, there is a linkage. One of the false prophets was Tulayha. Tulayha's brother, he supported which movement among these two movements here? Apostasy movement and refusal to pay zakat. इनमें से एक movement को Tulayha's brother was supporting it. That was refusal to pay zakat. Now I'm coming to the topic of refusal to pay zakat. Refusal to pay zakat is never asked as a 10-mark question. By the chance, if it's asked as a 10-mark question, what will be the outline? What will be your plan? First, the causes. Second thing is the names of the tribes who denied to pay zakat. And I will show you the names of the tribe. We need to know the names of the tribes who denied to pay zakat and what was their plan, what was their demand. We need to talk about it. What was their demand? They said from Hazrat Abu Bakr, we want to make a different deal with you. We don't want to go with the whole deal of Holy Prophet ﷺ. And they decided to take action against Medina. Agar Medina means Muslim Caliphate, jo hai wo forcefully zakat leti hai. You may have a question in your mind कि इतना forcefully zakat क्यों ली जा रही है? Islam में तो freedom है. Zakat in the cash, जो wealth है, that is you who is going to pay it and you are answerable for that. But if the zakat of the animals, that is the government's duty to do that. It goes to the Baitul Mal. At least government should have a record that you have paid the zakat. Even you can see in Pakistan, we have financial zakat dealing up Zaya ki government mein pade hote hain, but we are not talking about that discussion. But for financial, is what animals, livestock animals, agricultural products, that zakat record must be with the government, and government must have like knowledge that you have given the zakat or you're paying it or not. If someone who denies it, government can take action against that one. Okay. So Hazrat Abu Bakr Razillah, one who faced this issue, he consulted again. I told you he used to call his shura. When he consulted them, what was their opinion? What do you think they have suggested Hazrat Abu Bakr regarding that issue?
To finish it
No, they said to give them relaxation.
sometime, but फिर इससे book नहीं काफी
Hazrat Abu Bakr then took step about that one. तो पहले आप लिखेंगे कि Hazrat Abu Bakr Shura suggested. Why did they give suggestion? Same reason. Crisis was going on. So Hazrat Abu Bakr's team suggested, Hazrat Abu Bakr, Shura suggested Hazrat Abu Bakr, deal with them, make a new deal, avoid conflicts and all of these things. But Hazrat Abu Bakr's strict action, he said, we will deal. What did Hazrat Abu Bakr do? Hazrat Abu Bakr ki saying aayegi. There are two sayings in your books. One book is talking about Hazrat Abu Bakr saying, I will collect the zakat, even it's a single dirham or dinar. And another hadith of in some books is mentioned, Prophet Abu Bakr said, those people who used to give the string of the camel with the camel during the life of Holy Prophet ﷺ, if they deny that string even, I will do jihad against them. And that's the strict decision of Hazrat Abu Bakr. And he gave a surprise attack on the tribes who denied to pay zakat before they attack on Medina, and Muslims were victorious. So I will show you a quick outline of the groups of the people who denied to pay zakat. I'm not sure if I think it's below or above that one. It should be here. That's false prophets question. Refusal to pay zakat. I think I am missing some documents in the handout which I have opened here, but I will show you later. The document which I will share with you will be different one. There we have, yesterday I was looking for one question, I did not get it. So that document is not having it, but I will share the one with the details there. I'm showing you the Dr. Iftikhar's books about this topic, action against uprisings. I will show you. 1 second. But if it's not even available right now, no problem. I will come to that. I will show you that thing. I told you and explain you verbally. मुझसे मिलना चाहिए, तो मैं एक दफा देख लेता हूँ. I think I am missing one page. This is about not this one. Okay, not this one. False prophets. It should be above that one, as I remember.
Yeah.
That's Apostasy Movement, apostate tribes. Oh, this one here, yes. Refusal to pay zakat. Because the tribes' names are here. We need the names of the tribes. I told you the causes and the background. Here, my document is missing the detail which I was telling you. Hazrat Abu Bakr's consultation of the Shura, the team, the suggestions. And for this part, Prathanda Noor's book has explained it well. If you have Hamad bin Nishad's book, it has explained it well. Even Dr. Iftikhar's book, the book has brief details there. But if you go with his notes or something, you can find more details there. But that is a possible 10-mark question. So keep in mind, it could be asked. It is never asked. It's asked as a combined question. Lekin akele bhi agar ye aata hai, to you will be able to manage that question easily. Of the false prophets, the refusal to pay zakat, people, the movement was controlled, and the people who denied to pay zakat, they were forced to pay it. Hazrat Abu Bakr defeated them. Okay. अब यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा detail है. वो ये था Hazrat Zaid bin, who went for Usama's expedition? Oh, I told the name actually. Expedition to Syria. Hazrat Usama bin Zaid, who was sent to Syria, he came back successfully. Hazrat Abu Bakr appointed him as his deputy in Medina, and Hazrat Abu Bakr left the Medina city himself. He led the action against people who refused to pay zakat and paid a surprise attack, forced them to pay the amount. They paid it. Those who denied, action was taken against them as well. So the situation was sorted out. That is refusal to pay zakat. To sum it up, the causes, the tribes who denied to do that, Hazrat Abu Bakr's consultation with the Shura or the council suggestion, Hazrat Abu Bakr's saying after that one, and the action which he took. In agar aap 5-6 points ko mind mein rakhe and then develop it, your answer is done. So cause tribes who denied it, then Hazrat Abu Bakr's consultation with his shura or the council suggestion, who they suggested to be lenient. I think I mentioned somewhere here, but he said they suggested to be lenient. Hazrat Abu Bakr, the stern action against them, and then surprise attack and forced them to pay the zakat. The problem was sorted easily, but Hazrat Abu Bakr's timely action made it possible. वो थोड़ा सा भी delay होता, तो फिर वो strong हो जाती, like Hazrat Usman के against situation worsen होना शुरू हो गई थी. That is one issue which we have discussed today. The second issue is apostasy movement. If someone denies to pay zakat, zakat is a pillar, right? So if someone denies a pillar, does that person remain a believer? No. So to deny a pillar of Islam, which is proved by Quran or Hadith or Holy Prophet or a clear instruction, that person is no more a believer. That person is no more a Muslim. That means that person has apostatized. So the people who refuse to pay zakat are also counted in apostasy movement category. This is what I want to tell you. क्योंकि अगर आप note लिखते हैं apostasy movement में leaving Islam is no doubt going to be discussed, but you will make a paragraph on refusal to pay zakat. You will make a paragraph on the people who believed in false prophets also. So that is already taking you out of the Islam. So that is also counted as apostasy movement. You are raising the hand, sorry. वो अलग चीज है. Denying, like saying that this is not a part of Islam, that is something which makes a person. Of course, that's Allah does not burden a person for something which is beyond his or her capacity. Quran ki words hai. Yes. These tribes were able to do that, man, and they were paying it, and they stopped paying, and they stopped denying. They started denying it, saying, yes. They wanted a different agreement. They wanted to say that prophet ki death ho gayi, so we will leave and now stop paying the zakat. Abu Bakr said that is the agreement for being a believer. If you are a believer, you will pay zakat. If you are a non-believer, you will pay jizya. That's a simple, straightforward rule was there. And zakat is not much. If you go on topic of zakat topic, it's 2.5% of your annual income, annual saving, not income even. You know, आप जो income tax pay करते हैं, आप अपनी annual salaries पे pay कर रहे होते हैं. और जो zakat है, that is on your savings. Even not on your salaries or not on your day-to-day expenses. गाड़ी अगर आपकी use में है, घर में use में, you don't have to pay zakat for that. If you want to give charity, it's up to you. But zakat is very less amount there. Anyway, moving to the next discussion, that is apostasy movement. The apostasy movement, in simple words, is to leave Islam. And why did the people started leaving? We just talked about it. The same reasons. वो जो ऊपर reasons हैं, ये यहाँ पे ये है. They are the reasons why did the people leave started living Islam. इसमें इतनी detail नहीं है. We have detail about Hazrat Abu Bakr's action against them. Again, Hazrat Abu Bakr consulted the Shura. The Shura again suggested to deal with them lightly and don't take strict action. We are already in crisis. But Hazrat Abu Bakr again decided to take strict action. What action Hazrat Abu Bakr took? What is apostasy movement? Apostasy movement ये कि आप बैठे हुए और आप hiddenly uprising कर रहे हैं. आप कह रहे हैं इस्लाम में ये भी मसले हैं, ये भी मसले हैं. देखो ये करना पड़ा, इस्लाम छोड़ देते हैं. There are other religions. Like you are making people feel Islam is not a good religion, and the person start thinking of leaving the religion and reverting back to the previous religion or changing the religion. Now you might be thinking, agar koi Islam chhod bhi, it's a choice of a person, but actually it's not. To join Islam is a choice. Okay, and the believer, the person who joins the Islam, of course, if he leaves it, there is a strict punishment on that one as well. What is the punishment for a person who leaves Islam? The one who is a believer and he leaves Islam in a Muslim state. Actually, I'm not talking. वो अलग चीज है, अब आ रहा हूँ उसकी तरफ. लेकिन again, what's the punishment? What do you think would be the punishment? Yes, correct. Actually, I was teaching in my class, or there was someone in observation on that day. Class में observation हो रही थी, or head was sitting there. So I asked that question in my class. So because they are all girls in my class there. So the girl was not able to say कि इसको murder कर दें, kill कर दें. So she was sitting at the corner. She said, गर्दन उड़ानी. Just she pointed कि गर्दन उड़ाने का sign जो है. So the head liked it कि student know the answer and she gave the gesture कि पता चल गया कि answer इसका क्या है. So it is actually execution to kill that person. अब माइंड में क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, मैं साथ ही बता दूं क्यों इतनी स्ट्रिक्ट पनिशमेंट है. मैं नॉर्मली स्टूडेंट्स को एक रियल लाइफ एग्जांपल देता हूँ. फोर्सेस हैं या आप कोई बहुत ज्यादा सेंसिटिव कंपनीज में काम करते हैं, तो ज्वाइन इट That's your choice. But if you want to leave it suddenly, you have many secrets of that organization department. You won't be able to do that one. Here's a general example there. To join the Islam is a person's choice. I'm talking about the non-Muslims who accept Islam. But someone who accepts Islam, he is going to take multiple benefits. Plus, having a tag of religion is not a normal thing. आप सोच रहे हो क्या हो गया इस्लाम छोड़ दिया दोबारा ज्वाइन कर लिया एग्जांपल है when someone leaves Islam many of the benefits he's is getting due to being a Muslim loses it. लोग क्या करते हैं मुनाफिकीन ये कर देते हैं ना when they go to the Muslim they say we are believer and when they go to the non-Muslim they used to say oh, we were just making fun with the Muslims, we are believers. So that is going to be a problem because that person will be a biggest threat for the community. The one who is not loyal to the religion, how that person will be loyal to something else. So Hazrat Abu Bakr noticed that the people are leaving Islam. They are not leaving Islam themselves. They are making other people leave Islam as well. So there was a serious issue. And Hazrat Abu Bakr decided to take action for that. अब इसके लिए आप war तो कर नहीं सकते directly because the people who are apostatizing or making people apostatize वो तो scatter हुए हैं. Hazrat Abu Bakr adopted a strategy. What is the strategy he adopted to deal with the apostate tribes? No, he did it, but there is a strategy he adopted. Anyone who read that one and knows. Hazrat Abu Bakr took an action. What did he do? He divided the Muslim army into 11 battalions, 11 groups, and spreaded them in different parts of the Muslim empire or the community. And he asked them to call for the azan. Go to that area. Each battalion or the group of the army was having a commander or in charge, and he was asked to go to the areas which were mainly affected by the apostasy movement. Call for azan. Those people who will come to listen and they will listen to those who will answer the azan or they will come to you, don't fight with them. Those who do not come to you, that means they are giving a hint, we are no more with you now, take action against them. So definitely the people who will come, they are telling the others that we are believers. And the one who is not a believer and he is asking other people to leave, of course he will not be there. And if he will be there, the other people who are getting misguided, they will also be there. Okay, so Hazrat Abu Bakr adopted the strategy, and those who did not come, Hazrat Abu Bakr asked the army to fight with them. I think I mentioned it here. He divided the Muslim army into 11 battalions and give each a banner. Among the commanders are Khalid ibn Walid, Ikrimah bin Abi Jahal, Amr ibn al-As, and then Azan, and the one who will answer, leave them. And those who will not answer, those who will not attend the call of Azan, there will be a fighting with them. Okay, this is how Hazrat Abu Bakr, that issue was sorted out. How many problems we have discussed till now? We have discussed 3 problems. False prophets yesterday, today apostasy movement, and the third thing is refusal to pay zakat and how these problems came to an end. There are 3 problems, they are asked sometimes combined together. So फिर अपने ख्याल रखना, false prophet definitely will take 2 paragraphs. Apostasy movement and refusal to pay zakat may take one paragraph. Up to you. If you want, you can make 2 paragraphs or more than 2 paragraphs on false prophets. Apostasy movement, where we have 2 bana sakte. It's up to you, whatever method you want to use in the question, depending on the question's expectation there. Cambridge gives a complete caliphate of Hazrat Abu Bakr. जो हमने कल आपको question भी दिखाए थे, आज मैंने open किया, I will re-show it, ताकि आपको idea हो जाए, are you able to answer these questions or not? Yes, you were raising the hand. Yes, the people who are not bound to Islamic rule, women are there. They have to be. If they are not followers, they are supporters. Of course, they will be dealt with that one. Equality, right? No, that's a different thing. Of course, maybe the women there with them or the families, they may have announced that we are. This is a different discussion. But to take action, of course, when the Muslims and Muslim Arabs have a very good habit, even before Islam. They respected the boundaries of the house. The women disrespect was a different thing, but they used to respect, Holy Prophet ﷺ के घर को जब siege किया था कुरैश ने, to attack on Holy Prophet, why they did not attack at night inside the house? They respected the family, they respected the family or the women there, and this is the reason they waited till the morning there. They can attack at night as well. So they have this, and that is one of the good qualities we can say which was there. So the Muslims, even if they are taking action, there is a clear instruction: do not harm them until they are the part of the war. Okay, so वो खैर उसमें आ जाता है. All right, Battle of Yamama, we discussed all of it yesterday. So I was scrolling it. In the meantime, we discussed about false prophets. We are done with main challenges and the problems faced by Hazrat Abu Bakr. One thing which is left is administration of Hazrat Abu Bakr. I'm showing you from a different document. And the second thing which is left in Hazrat Abu Bakr's caliphate, that is expansion policy of Hazrat Abu Bakr. Do we have a 10-mark question on expansion? Never. Cambridge never gave a question on Abu Bakr's expansion. Cambridge never gave a question on a specific battle like Hazrat Umar ki caliphate mein Yamama, sorry. Even Hazrat Abu Bakr had Yamama, but it's not asked alone. It is asked with other caliphate. So that is related to false prophet discussion. But expansion policy में अगर हज़रत अबू बकर की caliphate में कोई battle famous है, तो that is Battle of Chains, and there is another name for it also. So that is one battle which is like mentioned in the books in details there. Or sometimes you can talk about Hazrat Abu Bakr's actions against Romans, Hazrat Abu Bakr actions against Persians. We will discuss it briefly. No, Battle of Bridges is Umar's caliphate also. हजरत अबू बकर की कैलिफेट में एक्सपेंशन पे कोई मेजर बैटल अलोन नहीं है. एक चीज मुझसे मिस आउट हो गई, सॉरी, आई वाज थिंकिंग अबाउट दैट वन, एंड दैट टाइम आई वाज थिंकिंग कि व्हाट वाज दैट व्हेन आई वाज टीचिंग यू अपोस्टेसी मूवमेंट. अपोस्टेसी मूवमेंट क्यों 10 मार्क्स में अकेले आ सकते हैं और आ चुका है बाय द वे, बिकॉज अपोस्टेसी मूवमेंट इज नॉट रिस्ट्रिक्टेड टू जस्ट अपोस्टेसी मूवमेंट. वी जस्ट फिनिश अपोस्टेसी मूवमेंट के 11 battalions and taking action, but that's not done. Hazrat Abu Bakr not only took action against apostate tribes inside Medina or nearby, he also took action against those tribes who apostatized on the borders of Muslim Empire. During the life of Holy Prophet, Prophet wrote the letter to the kings of Bahrain, Yemen, Oman also, and these people accepted Islam. After the Prophet's death, their successors, they left Islam. Hazrat Abu Bakr also took action against these people, and what did he do? He launched campaign in Bahrain, campaign in Oman, and campaign in Hadramaut and other areas as well. That will be there below when we see this discussion. I will show you first. Look at this. I have discussed this. I will suggest you to connect it with apostate tribes because it's same thing. You can see here various campaigns in the were there. What was the reason? The Muslims, the ruler had accepted Islam during the Prophet's lifetime. After Prophet died, you can see they rebelled. So Hazrat Abu Bakr have to take action against them, and he defeated them there. Then campaign in Bahrain, sorry, Oman, that is Bahrain above. This is Oman, Mahra, same issue, and Yemen also. Yemen के अंदर campaign थी, that was due to Aswad Ansi's followers actually, because there were still people who were there. Hazrat Abu Bakr took action there. This is basic campaign. It does not come in the topic of expansion. Expansion is something you add more land actually. Okay. So this is campaign connected with apostasy. Now moving to the expansion. Holy Prophet ﷺ died, and he in his life prophesied that the Muslims will take over Persia. They will take over Byzantine Empire. When did he prophesy for that? Okay, my people will take over these areas. Battle of Trench, when he was hitting the rock and the rock was there and he hit it thrice, and every time there was lightning, and he said that he saw the palaces of Rome, the palaces of Persia, the palaces of Syria. I think one more thing, Yemen also, right? And Prophet said, my people will take over them. Why Hazrat Abu Bakr started fighting against Persians? And Persians ke against from baad mein aata hu, Romans ke against, what was the reason? We just discussed about it. Why does Hazrat Abu Bakr fought against Romans or the Byzantines? What could be the reason behind that? Is it connected it with Battle of Mauta? Battle of Mauta, the Romans, the Byzantines, right? And second thing is, expedition to Syria was successful. The borders, Muslims reached the borders of the Roman Empire. So that is the reason why Romans. Why Persians? Can you think about why Abu Bakr fought against Persians? Okay.
The Persians supported the Bahrain people who they.
Good point. That's here in Apostasy Movement. But actually, the Persians supported a prophet. And who was that prophet? It's actually not prophet. It's actually prophetess. So the Sajja was actually counted as she was prepared and she was trained or she was supported. So the Persians were supported here. And that's the reasons here. You can see, and the biggest reason which you are talking about it, I was waiting, that he tore the letter of Holy Prophet ﷺ. He's the one, the Persian king, who tore. Letter to kings ka connection aa gaya. He's the one who tore the letters of Holy Prophet ﷺ. Of course, his successors and superpower of that time. Of course, threat for the Muslims. Two superpowers at the time of Holy Prophet. One was the Persians, and the second one is the Romans. Actually, the Romans are discussed in Quran. Actually, I think I told you earlier. Surah Rum. Quran ki there is a Surah Rum. Surah Rum is actually on the Romans actually. Alif Lam Mim Ghulibatir Rum. And then we discussed about it when I was talking about कि Abu Bakr के साथ एक bet किया था एक person ने उससे related है. Anyway, that's the reason. अगर 4 marks में पूछा जाए, that's the answer. कि why the Muslims fought against the Persians. When we talk about wars against Persians, actually it's which city, which country is it where the war started? Iraq. It's also known as, old name is as I think Mesopotamia. The name was also there for that one. So the Muslims moved towards Persian, and the first country where they went on that was Iraq area. Battle of Kazima, also known as Battle of Chain. Why Battle of Kazima is also known as Battle of Chains?
The soldiers like connected themselves with the chains.
Correct.
That they don't run away from the battle.
Correct. And were they successful in that?
Oh, because like
It became opposite for them.
if someone died, they had to like carry.
Actually, what happened? They were thinking it will save. Actually, they thought if we tie us together, we will stay united and we will fight till the end. But the situation got opposite. And when they saw the difficult situation, I'm talking about Persian army faced that, not Muslims. Muslims were victorious in that battle. So the Persians started, one person running away. So like, of course, he is not able to move without the other people. So all of them suffered due to it. Thousands of their men could not retreat and maneuver over their own people, and Muslims defeated them actually, and that battle is also. This is one battle I suggest you to have a look at it. Don't skip it while going on with Hazrat Abu Bakr's. Never ask in CI exams alone, but it is a part of a question how Abu Bakr led his empire, how Abu Bakr, achievement of Hazrat Abu Bakr may be asked. That is victory in Persian side, which is Iraq. This is the second campaign on the western part of Iraq. Iraq campaigns kept going on during Hazrat Umar's Caliphate. Iraq is a big. Persia, the empire, it was a big, it included Iraq, it included Iran, it included the parts of Turkey, which are right now the part of the Turkey as well. It included more other countries' parts there at that time. So that was a big empire of that time. Okay. So Muslims started from Iraq. पहले उन्होंने Eastern Iraq को focus किया, then Western Iraq, and that is total. There are more campaigns in your book, campaign in Balaja, campaign of Balaja, and other places are also there. Optional, if you want to read, you can, but these two campaigns, one in the northern, eastern Iraq and the other one in the western Iraq. I have covered all of them together in it. I combined it at Battle of Ain al-Tamar, and then we have Ambar is a place there. So it's combined in it. So these two are enough for Persians, and for Syrians, that's the battle. First campaign, first action was expedition to Syria. Successful. Borders of Syria पे मुसलमान पहुंच गए. अब Hazrat Abu Bakr sent another army. That is campaign in Syria. Students mixes it up. Next student से कहा आपने expedition to Syria कर लिया. That student said yes. I said, did you do the campaign in Syria? That student said, what is that? It's same. I said no. Campaign in Syria is to go further inside Syria. Or Hazrat Abu Bakr decided, he raised the flag, we have to fight against the Romans now. और उसके लिए मुसलमानों ने सीरिया में जब एंटर किया, they were successful in Basra. They reached the capital of Syria. What's the capital of Syria? Yes. What's the capital of Syria?
Syria.
Damascus. Good. So Muslims reached the Damascus city. When they reached the Damascus city, they sieged the city of the Damascus. They got the news of the death of Hazrat Abu Bakr. The army stopped there. So the Muslims entered into Syria, but they were not able to defeat. And this whole remaining campaign was continued in the Caliphate of Hazrat Umar Razillahu Anhu. This is total of Hazrat Abu Bakr's Caliphate. This is siege of, yes. Hazrat Umar ki Caliphate. Egypt came under Muslim control during Hazrat Umar's Caliphate. This is total expansion. Hazrat Abu Bakr ki Caliphate mein agar expansion hua, two sides hai. One again on the eastern side, that's Persia, and one on the, you can say somewhere northern side and northwestern side, that is Romans. Or Romans ke against zyada development nahi hai, Persians ke against phir bhi hai. This is total because Hazrat Abu Bakr's Caliphate consisted of just 2 years. He went on with the challenges and all. I have not discussed one topic, that is the administration. I'm coming to it. And one more thing, which you have already done in paper 1, during something which took place during Hazrat Abu Bakr's Caliphate after Battle of Yamama, that is compilation of Quran. Okay? Don't think that compilation of Quran is paper 1 topic. It is also asked in paper 2 topic. आपके paper 2 में Cambridge में question आया हुआ है, write an account of the work done by Abu Bakr and Usman for Quran or compilation and preservation of Quran. So keep in mind कि ये question आपका वहाँ पे आ सकता है. We are done with that. First, I will show you. Hazrat Abu Bakr's administration is never asked in CI exams, by the way, alone as a 10-mark question. ठीक है? Or but I will ask you to prepare it thinking it's a part of a 10-mark question. It could be election and administration. या अभी एक बड़ा trending question Cambridge का launch हुआ है और वो है four rightly guided caliphs, their administrative qualities. Or Cambridge gave more difficult question this year in Pakistani variant. They gave only on Hazrat Ali's administrative qualities. So similarly, they can give about Hazrat Abu Bakr also. Hazrat Umar ka to we know it. Hazrat Abu Bakr and Usman came in CI exams as a 10-mark question. But as Abu Bakr's administration, if it's asked as a 10-mark question, use this thing. When you are talking about administration, you will talk about his province, how many provinces. You will talk about the Majlis-e-Shura, Majlis-e-Am concept. What is that? Anyone knows about that?
Like council.
It's like council or upper house or lower house. You're doing it in history. We have two houses. We have, what is the system called when you have two houses? Bicameral system. So he also had the similar thing. Upper house was Majlis-e-Shura, which has the companions of Holy Prophet, the experience and the senior companion. And the second lower house, which we called it National Assembly, was Majlis-e-Am at that time. And it consisted of the leaders of different tribes. Non-Muslims were also allowed to be the part of that system. So this is the way how Hazrat Abu Bakr administrated them. The names of the provinces are here. You can see the major provinces, and the provinces were led by the governor. Governors were appointed after a strong checking, and as Abu Bakr used to make sure that they were accountable in front of the Caliph. You can see more developments here. Shura, I explain it. We can see the judges, appointment of judges based on the merit. The Caliph, he was not only the Caliph, he was the commander-in-chief, the chief executive of the army, commander-in-chief, chief executive, imam. Whenever the major events are there, the Caliph himself used to lead the prayer there, okay? Or he suggests someone's name for this purpose, so that's there. Then he appointed Hazrat Umar and Hazrat Ali as the major judges in Medina, and Hazrat Ali Razulullah Anhu, who remained as the main advisor of Hazrat Abu Bakr. Also, you can talk about that one also. General points are there. Hazrat Abu Bakr for the first time divided the army into two parts. We will discuss about it in Hazrat Umar's Caliphate. Hazrat Umar ne army ko do hissson mein split kar diya tha. One was reserved army, one was regular army. Reserved army was as a backup. Okay, if suddenly the war or any situation is there, the regular army was always busy in war and expansion. They are the reserved army as a backup if they were needed. So they will be called on the borders. However, they stay in the barracks. Then, okay. Yes. नहीं हजरत अली की में हजरत अबू बकर की कैलिफेट अभी हम आ रहे हैं इसलिए मैंने but it's a good thing because you know it's not easy to maintain like retain all the things together और इसीलिए मैं आपको थोड़ा सा एक दफा wind up कर दूं हजरत अबू बकर की कैलिफेट को दोबारा that Hazrat Abu Bakr's caliphate, when we recap it and we just go with it quickly, you have election as a caliph, administration, expedition to Syria, false prophets and actions against them, apostasy movement, refusal to pay zakat. They are total main headings which should be covered, plus expansion. And if you want to go with expansion in Syria briefly and Persia. Like I told you, Battle of Kazama in chains, do not skip it because this is no doubt one of the important things. If you book follow kar le, you will find the same thing. How did Hazrat Abu Bakr get martyred, by the way? He did not martyr. Actually, he died a natural death. Rest of the caliphs got martyred. So there is no detail about the martyrdom or the death of Hazrat Abu Bakr. Hazrat Abu Bakr died in someone told me yesterday, 634. He remained caliph for 2 years and he died. 63 years was the age, and he is buried next to Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So this is total what we need here. Acha, 4 marks mein, what is the importance of, there are many 4-mark questions which are there in my handout as well. Significance of fighting against false prophets, significance of fighting against the apostatized tribes, significance of taking action against refusal to, they are all important. 4 marks mein ye sare questions hain, wo yahan pe is tarah explain, and in my handout you will find it out. differently. This is the death of Hazrat Abu Bakr's caliphate. He became sick, and the terminal fever was there, which lasted for 2 weeks, and it led to the death of Hazrat Abu Bakr. This is what I told you. The year is not mentioned, but we already discussed it. This is Hazrat Abu Bakr ki caliphate books में ज़्यादा pages वैसे भी consume नहीं करते.